Hey curlers, it's Friday afternoon. We are all the way to the finals of the A Division men's and women's play at the Pan-Continental Curling Championships here in 2024, and the playoffs are set to start in the B divisions as well. So let's dive in, let's see what happened in the semifinals of our A events, and preview what we can expect in the B event playoffs. So heading into the semifinals last night in the men's A division, we definitely had two favorites. The big favorite overall, of course, Brad Gushue's team out of Canada, but John Schuster's team from the United States, definitely the number two seed. Looked like we were headed for a final between our North American rivals there. And sure enough, both of them lost. We had two upsets in the semifinals. Japan pulling off an 8-4 victory over Canada, and China outlasting the United States by a 7-4 score. So we're going to have China versus Japan in the gold medal game. That'll be on Saturday. And later this afternoon on Friday, we will have the United States and Canada facing off in the bronze medal game. No huge implications of this. All four teams, as we've talked about before, along with fifth place Korea, are going to make the Worlds this season. But still, big upsets there, or at least moderate upsets there. Probably a big upset, I'd say, in the Japan Canada game. You really would have made Gushue a very large favorite over Abe in that game. But a chance for either China or Japan to get a gold medal in the Pan-Continental. That's a nice accomplishment heading into Worlds, and to get that early in the season. So good luck to both of those teams tomorrow. The women's semifinals went a bit more tough form. Rachel Homan's team had a tough test against China, but did score in the 11th end and an extra end to win 6-5. Meanwhile, it was the Gimrink out of Korea who scored a 7-6 win over Japan, again needing to score in the 10th in a tie game to get that win. Homan and Gim coming into this probably the two strongest teams by a reasonable margin. Certainly other teams that could compete with them for sure. But if we were looking for two teams that we'd expect to make the final there, I think Homan and Gim were them. So I'm looking forward to a really good final. Meanwhile, we'll also get a good game between Japan and China in the bronze match. Bronze medal match takes place tonight. Our final will be on Saturday afternoon. The playoffs are also set in our two B divisions. I'm going to bring up the standings here for the men's B division first. We've got the Philippines at 10-0, as we said. That team led by Mark Pfister and several other Swiss Filipino curlers really was the dominant force in this tournament so far in this men's B division. However, they have had a couple of close games. They've had a couple battles, especially in their last round robin game against Kazakhstan, where they had to score 2 in the 10th to get a 1-point win. So things are certainly not to be taken for granted here that the Philippines will ultimately win promotion to the A event, but they are definitely the favorites. They'll be taking on Hong Kong, who went 7-3 in the round robin and had the tiebreaker over India to grab the fourth semifinal spot. Kazakhstan and Jamaica, both finishing 8-2, will be playing in the other semifinal. Should be an excellent game. Jamaica won the first time around, but both teams very capable of getting that win. I would expect the Philippines to win their semifinal, although you never know, of course, in these one-off games. But either Jamaica or Kazakhstan will certainly have the opportunity to give that Philippines team a run for their money in the final. Should be a great game. Both semifinals in the men's B division will take place tonight, with the bronze medal and gold medal games taking place on Saturday. Finally, let's look at the final standings on the women's B division. Australia ends up getting the 1 seed, going 6-1, as did Kazakhstan, but Australia had the head-to-head tiebreaker. So Helen Williams and her team coming with the number 1 seed. Kazakhstan 6-1, the 2nd seed. Jamaica takes the 3rd seed at 5-2 because they had the head-to-head over the Philippines, who also finished 5-2. So those are your top 4. And in this group, it really feels like any of those 4 teams could potentially walk away with the title. The Philippines beat Australia in their head-to-head matchup, even though they're the 4th seed. So, we don't know who's going to win that matchup, obviously. And I mean, even in a sense of, who's the better team, who knows? Kazakhstan has wins over both Jamaica and the Philippines in this group, but also lost to Australia. So really everything to play for here. All these teams have at least one win head-to-head against one of the other teams in this group, so I feel like they're pretty evenly matched. Obviously, they were all a cut above the bottom 4 teams in this division, so these are the 4 teams that deserve to be there, and they're pretty well evenly matched. We'll see what happens, as we will get the semifinals this afternoon, probably soon after this video goes up. As I said, that's Australia playing the Philippines and Kazakhstan playing Jamaica. Bronze medal game tomorrow noon Eastern, and then the gold medal game taking place Saturday afternoon. So there you go, a quick update on what's been going on at the Pan-Continental Curling Championship over the last day. We should have some great games here in the knockout rounds and in the finals of the A events. I will be back with a final update this weekend just to talk about who the winners are, maybe Saturday night or Sunday morning. But, tune in, take a look, tell me who you think is going to end up on top, win the gold in each of these 4 divisions. Post a comment and let me know. If you want to support this channel, if you've been enjoying these news updates, there are a couple ways you can do that. I do have a Patreon where you get some exclusive content and get to see the instructional videos that I do a few days before the rest of the public. You'll also get your name in the credits of those videos. I also have some merchandise for sale. I mentioned it in the last video. I'll put a link down below. There's nice new vintage t-shirts and other apparel for Chess on Ice that you can pick up if you enjoy this channel. Either way, I'm glad you're here, glad you're enjoying these videos, and glad you're following along with what I think is a great event in the Pan-Continental Curling Championships. Enjoy the medal round and gold medal games, and until next time, good curling.